And speaking of technology, continuing along the same lines, we have Tesla here. We were just talking about it regarding their self-driving vehicle. Uh, Here's another interesting news. A Tesla enthusiast called Mars Catalog was able to implement or use travel from one city to another by fully self-driving the vehicle, technically almost all of the entire trip. So it was posted with a video for their full self-driving equipped Model 3. So completing the trip from San Francisco going to Los Angeles with virtually no intervention. So almost 100%, but it's a very misleading concept that Tesla is promoting. It's fully self-driving, but they still haven't perfected the technology, and they need to be careful in terms of how they promote it. Maybe you could say self assisting self-driving, something like that, but don't say it's fully developed self-driving vehicle, because you cannot totally rely on the AI of the machine, in this case the vehicle, because it can still crash and could be severe, detrimental effect on the passengers' lives here. Where is it? Let's see here. Yes, as mentioned here. Now, it's notable that the feature is being implemented, but it's still rough around the edges. As mentioned, it's not yet perfected, and that's the key point here. So the name self-driving can be somewhat misleading. That's why, as mentioned here also in the article, they need to remove the term full self-driving. I think assistant self-driving would be more appropriate in a sense, so that it's just helping you, not replacing the driver itself, so that the driver would be still in control. Have to be in control, not necessarily distracted doing other stuff or sleeping while the car is driving by itself and so forth, which can be catastrophic. And obviously people would be lazy if they are not warned about those scenarios, and could be dangerous in general here. As well as stated here, based on the performance here, there was also some erratic lane behavior, meaning around, in particular in San Francisco Market Street, which was it's very zigzag, and there's very highs and lows of streets that not flat. So the machine has a lot of learnings to go before you can confidently say that you can have a fully automated self-driving vehicle. Actually, comparing it to an airplane where it has autopilot, you don't leave it by itself. You still need an individual or a pilot to drive the airplane here. Now it can help you ease the process in terms of long haul flight. The autopilot can be a tremendous help, similar to a vehicle, wherein if you're in a highway, I think the autopilot system can be implemented similar to that. But within the city streets, I think it will be dangerous if you're going to rely solely on on AI or self-driving technologies, because there are so many situations that the machine learning has to take into account, and I don't think anyone has ever perfected that yet. Even for humans who are driving for years or even decades, can get into an accident if we're not careful. So what more for a machine learning who has to learn from the individual who's driving the vehicle. But again, obviously Elon Musk is pushing for AI here, automated driving. It's an exciting prospect, but we still have to wait and see how it's going to turn out. And as mentioned, now in terms of California's warmer climate, it's ideal for Tesla's camera-based technology, obviously using LiDAR to scan the surroundings so that they can make the necessary changes to make it safe, to avoid collision as mentioned. But can that be said the same in other regions, other temperate climates? If there's snow or sand or whatever situation could it be? So it's still a work in progress. I think hopefully within our lifetime, years or decades from now, we can see a fully automated vehicle that is implemented properly. Hopefully. Anyway, we have to wait and see still.